Good morning and what's going on? Welcome to another Subi Shaves video with me on a beautiful day. Hashtag Team OneBlade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. Come on in, throw me a Subi smile. And all I gotta say is squad goals. Thank you for being here, for clicking in today's video, and for joining me. Hopefully wherever you're watching from, you're drinking something cold, sitting in a comfy chair, ready for a shave. I know I could use one. Today I've got just over 3 days of growth and we're gonna be tackling it, shaving it off with the OneBlade Shave. We got it in hand today. You can see it here. This is their element razor. This is their anodized satin black with their satin chrome ZMAC head. It's an anodized handle, so it's the anodized aluminum, so it's very nice, very well balanced, and I've absolutely loved using it for the last 2 weeks that I've kind of been off air, right? I've been traveling, I've been doing a little bit of moving across the country, right? And I wanted to have a solution that was easy to go to. It provides a good shave, and I didn't have a lot of fiddling or fuss with, and I've been using this one. I absolutely love it. Again, this is the OneBlade Element Razor. I'm going to be talking about it today, and I want to call this out. I did receive this razor for review purposes. I actually reached out to OneBlade and said, I'd love to know how this compares to your other razors in your lineup, right? I've been asked that a bunch of times on channel. How does this razor stack up against the Ridge that we just reviewed, the OneBlade Genesis, the Dawn? How does this razor stack up against the Core razor, right? As a more middle ground entry level in their system, right? So today we're going to see how it does. I've got 2 feather blades and you can see we're stacking them together the Subi way. I'm thrilled to have you here and I'm thrilled to be back on air. It's going to be awesome. One of the products that I used while I was moving, and I want to show this, is the Barber puck from Alien Shave. I just really wanted to use something that was simple. I could throw in my my shave bag and go, right? And it's their puck, and I absolutely love this. It's their tallow base. It's a really slick, easy to hydrate, really dense and cushioned lather. It generates super easy. I just put it in my hand and kind of swirl it around. And I was asked to show how I load out of a puck, and that's how I do it. And then I go to a bowl and kind of develop it from there. But I want to call this out. I actually reached over to Alien because I wanted to let them know that the Barber puck, even though it does generate an absolutely gorgeous, slick, rich, unctuous, really shiny lather, super duper easy, I had a problem with the scent profile kind of dissipating. Over the last probably week and a half, 2 weeks, the puck has lost all of its smell. There's no smell projection whatsoever. All I get is tallow now. So what I've been doing is grabbing one of their splashes. I have Scream Cream on deck today. It's chilly, it's fun, it's cold, and it smells like a lot like sherbet ice cream, right? I got it on hand, and what I do is add that to the actual lather as I'm developing it, and that allows the lather to have a scent to it. I really wish I didn't have to do that, right? I wish I didn't have just only tallow, but as far as the lather goes, it's still worth it to me because I like the way that this generates, and I like the ease of having something you can just develop right off the puck, right? Throw it back in your bag and you're ready to go. And then I've got a little bit of an alum block to get my hand nice and ready to shave. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I'm thrilled to be back here with everybody and talking about this razor right here. This is their Element Razor. It is absolutely beautiful. It's brand new. And again, it is a really well balanced razor. And that's the one thing I noticed about their Ridge razor, right? This is again produced in collaboration. It's a stainless steel head and it's the Genesis head versus this is the ZMAC head with an anodized handle. So they are slightly different in the actual performance and profile. You can see this head is a little bit more narrow. It's produced slightly different if you look at the heads. I like the way that both of these shave, but they do shave slightly different, right? You have a little bit more of that floating blade profile in the Ridge razor, right? Where that blade will actually move a little bit more. Whereas on the Element side, I would say it's a lot tighter of a fit on the actual blade, and it has less of a blade kind of fill, and definitely less as far as the blade bite, right? I feel like this has a lot more fill to it than this razor, and I feel like the clamping mechanism on this one is a little bit tighter. Now, even with that being said, I still putting a blade underneath the feather blade, and I want to call that out because I like to remove the float system. Now, OneBlade Shaves, how the razor works, right, is not only does it pivot, which I absolutely love, but it also, they offer a kind of a safety mechanism in the razor where as you press down, the blade actually has a little bit of wobble to it. It has a little bit of ability to move backwards and forwards so that if you really press down, it gives you less chance of having a nick. And as much as I like that, I like to have, the most performance out of my razor, and I find that nick stop technology, their floating technology, actually reduces the amount of efficiency the razor can have, even with their feather blades. Now, I've talked about it a bunch. I normally do not love feather blades, right? It's something I am not a huge fan of typically, but when I stack them like this, I can actually get a really good high performance, very efficient shave, very close shave. I'll show you 3 days of growth, right? And I'm able to do it with the feather blades rather than the Gen blades, which I usually put in these razors, right? So I like the feather blade stack this way. That's how I've been using it as I've been traveling, because I don't want to de-spine my Gen blades over and over and over again every single morning, right? Just as an ease and use, just makes it my morning a little bit easier. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to show this razor because, again, this is one of the ones that kind of fits more in the budgetary line of razors, right? They have, they're all the way up to like $400 or $500 you can go at OneBlade Shaves for their system, but I like that they're offering this, it's only $70, right? You can buy it straight from Amazon, straight to your door. The razor weighs in at just under, take a look at this, at just under 56 grams. Look at how it is shaving, really, really nice. The razor comparatively, right? So you got 56 for the 57 grams for the Ridge. You got 56 grams for their Element. The weird thing is you got like 70 grams for their core razor, and this is their budgetary $40 razor. So it's actually, if you look at this, because it's plastic, this razor right here, which I really still like, is actually less. It feels a little less balanced on the skin. And then you've got 90 grams for their Genesis, and their Genesis razor again is their top tier, highest, most premium, highest performance razor. And again, I like the balance of this a lot. I want to call this out because I absolutely love it. They also made sure to send us the stand for their razor. It's a $40 stand, but boy, is it nice. It has this silicone underneath that has like a little pad on it that makes it nice and quiet when you set it down. It doesn't slip around on your countertop. That's a nicety I haven't seen from a lot of stands from other safety razor companies. And then it has an actual silicone insert. Do you see that? So the razor can actually flip upside down and it stays in place. And I showed that in the video. I really, really like that it holds everything in place nice and tight. Again, you can see here, look at the performance, look at the efficiency. And I'm calling this out because even though I do typically use a gem blade in this razor, I can get a shave with the feather razor blades stacked like this out of their Element. And the Element, again, is very mild. It is almost zero blade fills for when you actually put it in with the standard feather unstacked. And with it stacked, though, I'm getting a really nice performance. No tugging. And that's the one thing from feather blades I typically don't get is I usually have a little more tugging with these blades, and I'm not actually feeling any tug whatsoever. I'm getting plenty of efficiency and a lot of slickness and protection from the Alien Shave product. And again, it's a product that I found, I've been using, and it just barely released their puck, and I really liked it. It's provided some really good shaves and protection and just an ease, right? I like the ability to just get a shave really quick and fast, and that's kind of what the OneBlade Shave system offers with a cart-like experience, right? And I mentioned that because a lot of people that are coming into the craft, right, are usually coming in from a cartridge razor perspective. And I like that this offers a similar experience, right? It's a similar experience with a pivoting head, even though it's using kind of a safety razor style blade. And it is using the feather blade, which typically is expensive and it has kind of I would say, a little bit of a community pushback, right? It definitely doesn't have as much of the love as like the cheaper, more widely available DE razor blades. But the one thing that the razor does, the blades do is they are a little bit thicker. And because of that, it really does reduce the amount of blade chatter or like the flexion in the blade because it's nice and stiff. Really smooth, very comfortable blade, very, very nice shaving razor. Again, for the budgetary, more middle ground offerings over at OneBlade Shaves. Again, 3 days of growth, just absolutely coming off blissfully. And I'm so excited to be back and re-shaving with everybody using the OneBlade Shave system, starting all over from scratch. Again, this is like, I'm calling it Subi Shaves 2.0 because I feel like I'm having to restart and redo everything from scratch. The setup that I'm going with is a different angle. It is a different side. It is a shorter sink. Overall, the whole entire experience, right, is completely like almost backwards for me from what I'm used to. So from what I'm hopeful that this is going to continue and that everybody likes the content. If you will, please go below. Let me know in the comments what you think so far of this video. I am absolutely thrilled to have the chance to be doing it again. I really missed doing the shaves with everybody. And I'm not going to lie to you, there's a lot of stuff that is releasing and that has come out. And I've had people ask me about on YouTube. They actually reached out and even direct messaged me a bunch of times. And I've just been like, I've been so busy. I'm like, there's no way I can get videos done. So I'm thrilled to be here doing this with you. And finally I had the chance to talk about the Element razor because I've just been using it. And I'm feeling kind of guilty, to be honest, because I shave so well. And I'm like, I really want to share why I like the razor, right? The pivoting head works excellent. I like that it is slightly less aggressive and tighter on the blade fit because I believe that actually allows the razor to get more efficiency as I shim it, as I put my Subi stack in there, as I like to refer to it as. Wow, you can see it's close. It's really comfortable. It's super easy to use. And again, that was 3 days of growth. And I can't stress that enough, because when I shave with my like standard safety razors, my DE razors, right, I would say that they just don't typically, right, as far as like shaving this close, this fast, this easy, they usually have to reach for something with quite a bit of bite. And this doesn't really feel like I'm shaving super aggressively, but it's shaving very efficiently. And I love that. It's a very comfortable, very easy, friendly, I would say, like well-mannered razor. And I do like the new ergonomics to it. I love that they've actually filled in this hole, because it allows the razor to just feel a little bit nicer as you pinch it, right? As you pinch here, my hand doesn't go through it, and I feel like that actually aids and lends to a more comfortable grip. Wow, yeah, I really like this, even with the feather blades. Now, again, I do think the gem blades are an upgrade, and I want to call that out because I don't want anybody thinking, oh, well, we're just going to switch over to feather blades. I am definitely not going to do that in the long term. In the short term, as far as getting a great shave, not having to worry about anything, just using their system as is, right? I like that ability, and I like not having to remove the blade. Now, you see this, I did not remove the blade. There's 2 blades in there because they're off-stacked, right? They're off-centered. Only one blade is exposed, and it's the highest blade that's exposed. So I'm actually lifting the blade slightly. I had somebody reach out. They said they actually used the blade pushed down, right? So the blade that was exposed was the one underneath. And they're like, it was too mild. And I was like, well, yeah, because it's already a really mild razor. And all you've done is just make it more and more mild. I don't love it that way. I would recommend, if you're going to use it and you're going to try this and you're looking for more efficiency, to use the blade with the shim blade underneath and the exposed blade on top. Again, that's my perspective, my opinion, but I think that's where it shaves its best. Take a look. Beautiful shave. Absolutely to the bone, really close, very comfortable, super fast, and really easy. I like that a lot. Again, the element, it's a more budget approach kind of version to the OneBlade system. It's more middle line. I think it is kind of an upgrade versus the core razor. Like I said, I love the core razor. I've used it for a long time, but the metal head does clean out a little easier. I like the ergonomics of this one a lot better. It feels much more head heavy versus this one, which you're really doing some pressing because of the plastic. I think the actual mechanism here feels a little smoother than in the core. Overall, this just feels like a better built razor. Again, the Element razor, I think it's going to become more of one of their staples as people kind of want to experience the OneBlade system in a all metal razor and don't want to, jump for the full $300 razor, because this, right, $70, not bad. Awesome shave, really close, very comfortable, awesome. Really, I can't even explain how much I like that one and how much I've been using it on the daily. It just gives me such a good shave without a whole lot of effort or energy. That is what I needed today. So close, so comfortable, to the bone. Absolutely beautiful shave. Oh, I love that. And it just makes me smile because I'm thrilled that I got to share it with everybody here today. Again, if you haven't, please go below. Let me know what you thought of the shave. I'm really excited to be back here doing it with you. And if you have any thoughts or feedback for improvement or things that I could do better, I'm always open and I'm always here to try to make the content so that it works for you guys, right? Let's get a little bit of the Scream Cream on there. It is a methylated kind of splash. It does not have an actual scent of menthol, but because they use that liquid cooling agent, it produces some kick. Makes you almost feel like this guy right here, right? It just gives you that little bit of zazz. It smells really nice. Fruity, bubbly. It just kind of, for me, it reminds me of summer. I like the smell a lot. Like you're going back to the 50s, walking in one of those little ice cream shops, and he's got all the little flavors going all at once. It smells beautiful. Rainbow sherbet all the way, man, all the way. Awesome shave again with Alien Shaves and the OneBlade Element razor. I'm still going to be using this razor, even though I have most of them, right? Because I like the way that this one shaves compared to even the Genesis. I think it offers a different shave. I really do. I believe that this is a little bit more mild, a little bit more forgiving, and I do think it produces a shave that is a quality shave, right? It's a long-lasting, very close one for not a lot of effort, whereas this one I still have to kind of watch myself, right? This one will still give me a little bit of irritation from once in a while when I overly press. Awesome shave. Thanks again for being here. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments, and until I talk to you at our next shave, Subs out.